Ayo, that's what he's done for me. And like I said, he's so down to earth, yeah, that when you look at this down to earth human being and you think to yourself, you know what, and you produced a book like this, yeah, that's powerful. You see what I'm saying? Because you look at it, you think to yourself, hold a minute, you're not that much different from me. And you've written this. What's the secret to your success? Oh, I researched, I this, I had vision, I had focus. A lot of the words that we've heard today. A lot of these actual words, yeah? Okay, so we're here to talk about, what is this for? How to build a highly profitable business with one strategic move, yeah? I've been calling up Ayo for the last month, yeah? And I'm turning around saying, Ayo, what is this strategic move? Do you know what I mean? Come on, I'm part of your team. What is this strategic move? Yeah? And then for that, he didn't tell me. Yeah, so we're going to find out today what that is, yeah? So, and it better be good. Yeah, it better be good, right? So yeah, that's it. So, that's me in a nutshell. My life has improved. My vision is more clearer. And, yeah, life is good. And stuff like that. And it's all thanks to the level of coaching that I've received. And more importantly, the consideration, the interest. Yeah? This is what sometimes is lacking in the community. People, they don't ask questions, they don't engage with you, they don't invest the time. You see what I'm saying, and everything like that. So just from getting that, the time, money, and effort, I've basically changed my whole perception, and here I am today, yeah, and everything. So without any further ado, I want to welcome Mr. Ayo Benson to the stage. Let's put it up,
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Let's do a quick exercise. Please stand up. You know, the energy after eating biscuit and tea. Let's raise the energy a little bit. What I want you to do is roll your shoulders forward once, twice, that's time. Thank you. Then we're going to roll it back. 1, 2, 3. You know, what I'm showing you is good. When you're tired in the middle of the day, just do this, right? And now we're going to do breathing exercise. Close your eyes. Okay. Take a deep breath in. In. Out. And the second one, you're going to let it out with a gentle noise. Okay, let's go. Then the third one, you're going to let it out with as much noise as you can muster. No inhibition, don't be shy. Let's do this. In, hold it for as long as possible. Let it out. Great. Great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm visual. So I like to, show you what I'm doing and then talk to you about it. So today, I want to talk to you about, there is inspiration, there is motivation, but we still need to do the work. Yeah? We still need to do the work. And the work, if you do the work right, and you've got the right motivation, the right inspiration, the right energy, the right focus, then the result is inevitable. Yeah? Okay. So, I've got loads of slides today, and somebody taught me that. And he's sitting quietly in the crowd. He's the one that will go for 1 hour presentation, and he will do 120 slides. That alone, stand up. Let's give him a round of applause. Dr. Ayo Benson, fantastic man. So today I've got a lot of slides. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. What I want to tell you is, quitters don't win, winners don't quit. Have you heard that before?
Yes.
From where? Your father. Ah, that's good. Where has I said that before? Yeah.
Okay.
Who has read the book Think and Grow Rich? It's there. You've forgotten. So I share principles, but more importantly, I want you to practice that principle. That is how it becomes part of you, right? So we're gonna start practicing not quitting today. You know what you need to do? Stay till the end of this seminar today, and we start practicing that. Seriously, I'm gonna share some powerful resources at the end of this seminar, so please stay till the end. So what are your expectations for today? Please, let's join this facilitation. It's not about me teaching, it's about all of us. So what do you want out of today? Yes, right?
I want to know what a strategic move is.
He's obsessed with strategic move. Don't mind my writing. I was going to be a doctor, but I wasn't smart enough. My brother is. So, the strategic move, what else are you expecting?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Okay. Have we got inspiration today?
Yes. Yeah.
Inspiration. One more? Yes, Veritas?
A shift in the mindset.
Ah, you missed Stephen's, Stephen already dealt with that. Shift in mindset. One more.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Maybe applicable knowledge. Because professors, they've got loads of knowledge, no money. Yeah?
How to apply what we learned today immediately?
Fantastic. Actually, that's in my presentation. How to apply what you learned today. How to apply lessons of life. I've got my own objectives. So where your objectives conflict with mine supersedes. That's fair? Okay. We're here on a Saturday. Yeah? We have dreams. We all have dreams. Our life is about dreams. But today, I want to take you a step further towards that dream. Yeah? Is that fair?
Yeah.
And you might have been to so many seminars, yeah? And there are a lot of solutions out there today. And with the heavy load of information coming at us from every angle, you are right to assume that there isn't a clear solution out there. Today, that's why I boiled it down to one strategic move. And if you apply it, your business will grow in leaps and bounds. But the question is, would you?
Yes.
Right. So, the major challenge in your business, how can you get through that? I'm going to share that with you. And whatever you're doing that is not working, stop doing that. Yeah? Albert Einstein said, doing the same thing over and over and over again is what? Absolutely, absolutely. And by the way, the government, they don't care about us. They care about you pay your taxes. If you don't, you're in trouble. And especially these days, they are focusing on Brexit. So a bit about me. I'm actually trained as a chartered accountant, and I was in the corporate world. Reg already described everything about me, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on talking about me. But I've done a few things in my life, and this book is one of them, and I'm very, very proud from the feedback I've got from the book. Some people are calling me in Africa to say, look, Ayo, your book transformed my life. Yeah. in 2017, I went to Nigeria. I spent 6 months. What I was doing was organizing seminars and teaching people entrepreneurship, because people were so hopeless. They've left university for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and they're still living at home because no job. I said, what can I do? We can't complain about this from today to tomorrow. What can I do to make a change? And I did that. And I've got loads of feedback on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook, about people saying, thank you for that. Now I'm in business. Now I'm employing other people. Yeah? So, Segun Fajensi is a very private person, and he doesn't like publicity. I'm just going to embarrass him a little bit. Can you please stand up? Please give him a round of applause. I haven't told you what he's done. He's the brain behind this book. Yeah? I just wrote it as it, as it comes. That's where I write. I just write as it comes. And I wrote it, and I took the manuscript. I said, my brother, this is the book, and he did this, right? Please give him a round of applause. There are a lot of experts here. What I want to say to you is, there is a book in you. And that book may actually become your authority. Yeah? That book will become your authority. And everything you sell after that, yeah, you sell it easier. Because people look at you. If this guy sits down to write a book, he must know something, about that subject. Yeah? And the subject of the subject of this book is your mindset. Yeah? It's your mindset. Please, there is a seat here. So my journey, let me quickly gloss over that because I don't want that to take much of my time. I'm Nigerian. Any Nigerian in the house? Yeah, look at this Scottish man. Yeah, I was born in Nigeria, and comfortable upbringing. To cut a long story short, it's not unusual. I lost my dad, and we fell into poverty. Yeah, and I was in my teens, so I could have dropped out of school because of that. But we got help from other people, even people that were in family. And that's why I got education, and that's why I'm standing in front of you today. So the why of what I do is I promised myself when it was hard, if I manage to make it in life, it's not, for me, it's not going to be about making tons of money. It's going to be about giving back. It's going to be about helping other people. Some of you are my clients. Some of you, I will have to drag performance out of you. Yeah? Because I care. So that's my motivation. So money is not my motivation. But it would be good to have a bit of money to do what you want to like, to gain your freedom, to also help other people. Right? So that's me with my book and all the big people I took pictures with. Now the reason why I'm showing you this is I'm gonna take picture with each of you behind my banner out there, and is going on Instagram and Facebook. Do you want that? Yes. Great. Okay. So who is this for? Who is this for? If you're in business, please let me see a show of hands. Almost everyone. So if you're in business, this is for you. If you're aspiring to be in business, raise up your hand. Aspiring to be in business, raise up your hand properly with conviction. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. They need encouragement, right? You need courage. You need courage to actually start a business. Yeah? So, the world we live in, it has changed beyond recognition. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
There is nothing like job for life anymore. Yeah? This is why I'm passionate about entrepreneurship, because even if you stay in the corporate world for a long time, or you stay in government, maybe you're a civil servant, you stay there for a long time, we're living longer now. At some point, you will have to earn a living on your own initiative. Yeah? So that's when, like, the skills you're learning today will come to the fore, and you'll be able to apply them. So, and one of the critical elements of the changed world is internet and what? Internet and mobile. The convergence of those two is so powerful. Imagine Google. Is Google up to 20 years yet? I don't think so. And they are almost a trillion dollar company. How is that possible? It will take 1,000 years without internet. It will take 1,000 years to build a business like that. Yeah, and they've done it in 20 years. So actually, our opportunities are limitless. Yeah. So this guy has been asking me about what is my one strategic move. I'm gonna put him out of his misery now, right now. What is a system? What is a system? Thank you.
A method of doing things. A method or a way of doing things.
Okay.
That's the definition of system.
Okay. You're reading it from up there. Okay, I know you're clever. I'm just kidding. A system. Who has got a car? Sure, man. Okay. So if you're going from A to B, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that your car will take you there? How sure are you on a scale of 1 to 10? 10, yeah? 10. Why?
You've done it before.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, you're going.
You rely on the car.
You rely on the car because the car is a system. Yeah? Because the car is a system. I'm going to use the car analogy later, but you see how it all comes together. How does that compare with your business? And we now bring it back, and you can relate it to your business, and that will open your eyes to something very new. Yeah? Sorry. Okay, I should go back. I'm going to share the slides with people stay till the end. so don't worry about writing everything down. So the one strategic move is you must have a system for your business. Yeah? You must have a system for your business, even if you are a one-man show or one-woman show. Is that a word like that?
Yes.
Okay. So, your system is like a map. It's like a road map. Yeah? But when your system is structured, which is some of what I'm going to share with you today, when your system is structured, then it becomes a sat-nav. And what the difference between the two is, if you miss your road, what would your sat-nav do? It will recalculate. It will recalculate. Yeah? So if you get your business to a level where if you take the wrong step, yeah, your system will recalculate. Yeah? And turn you into the right path. Does that make sense? Yes. So I'm going to share how we do that with you today. I created a system. It is based on my own experience, on the experience of my clients, what has worked for me and what has worked for my clients. And let me tell you, I've been doing businesses for like almost 35 years, maybe that exposes my age a little bit. I have failed so many times. You know what? Failing is where your lesson comes from. Yeah? And there is more joy when you fail and you recalculate and you get on the right path, then your success is actually guaranteed because you become a new person. Yeah? Because you've taken that lesson, you're not going to make that mistake again. You've taken that lesson, you learn from it, do it differently, now you're getting results. And not only that, if you have a team, then your team will learn that lesson through you. Yeah? So, I read a lot. You know, it's like, reading is like my own television.
Speed reading?
I do speed reading, yes. Actually, I was talking to Steve about speed reading. Somebody saw, Stephen came on my show, on my television show. We have a show where we teach entrepreneurship and personal development. So he shared this speed reading thing, and when somebody called me from the group and said, I want to learn speed reading, said, ask Steve to introduce the college or the school or the teacher. So I picked up my phone and I called Steve. I said, Steve, this is a request from one of my viewers. And he said, that was 25 years ago. How am I supposed to remember? So he now said, look, has the person got internet? I said, yeah. Let him Google it. So I said, okay, that's a good idea. So I Googled it. And so I found a book. You can write it down if you want. It's called, is it fast speed reading or something like speed reading? The guy that wrote the book is called Michael Bird or something. So I told him, I said, go get the book. And he got the book and he told me, wow, I don't need a teacher. Yeah? So all the things that Steve was talking about the other time is there. You can read front and back. You know, we only read this way, and then we come back to the left, and then we read this way. You can read this way and read this way. Do you know Quran? You read from left, from right to left, right? So you get used to doing that. So, but you need to train yourself for about 4 or 5 weeks. But after that, it's a skill for life. You know, all my children, I tell them, learn 2 things: learn to touch type, learn to speed read. Those will save you tons of time going forward. So don't let's digress too much. I think I need to move this forward a bit. I hope you don't mind. Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of restricting me. I told you I'm visual. So I take all the lessons I've learned from my consulting, my MBA, my accounting background and everything, and all the mistakes I've made, I've packaged it into a system. So my objective today, like I've said, if it conflicts with yours, then mine supersedes. So how to build a highly profitable business and how to run a highly profitable business. What's the difference? What's the difference? Okay, one is built, one is run. So what's the difference between building and running?
Sustainability.
Yeah?
Sustainability to sustain what?
Okay, so sustainability, that is to run.
Yeah, what it is that build, I suppose, in a sense, is the structure, whereas run, you're talking about the people, isn't it?
Yeah, building is actually starting and growing it.
Yeah.
And it's a different skill set to running it. Yeah? So how to achieve more and do less? Who is suspicious of that? Yeah? How to achieve more and do less? Do you think that's possible?
Yes.
Great. So, you guys are clever. How to create a predictable result in your business? Now, this is where, from my experience of coaching a lot of people, this is the way people's revenue goes. Up, that's feast, famine. Feast, famine. A little bit of feast, then more famine. Then famine, and famine, and famine, and famine, and famine. Because you have no predictable way of generating income. Yeah? So what does that mean? What does it mean to have a predictable way of generating income?
It means it's something you can rely on that. You can turn around and say, well, what I've done is I've turned over this month, and I've got the systems in place to be able to turn over next month. So I don't live by
I
luck.
think the word there is system.
Yeah.
Yeah? God is system to make it happen again and again and again. Like your car will drive you from A to B with 10 certainty. Yeah? So I'm also gonna share with you some tools to fast track the journey. Yeah? So those tools will be available at the end of the seminar. So if you stay till the end, then those will be yours. So this is the system. This is the system, and if you can't imagine a waterfall, yeah, can you imagine a waterfall? Yeah. The flow of waterfall. Does it struggle?
No.
No? They just keep going down, keep coming down, effortlessly, yeah? So, I've designed this system to make your business flow effortlessly, and then to get the result constantly. So, what does it mean? What does waterfall system? It's a system that will get your business exponential result. Okay? Because I've got a lot of slides, so I'm gonna move faster now. So the first alphabet there is W. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's your why? Yeah? Because if you have that, and Stephen was talking earlier about us making assumptions, yeah? And if you make the wrong assumptions, you're gonna come up with the wrong answer. Yeah? You're gonna come up with the wrong answer. Albert Einstein said, if I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on it, yeah? Said you will find time to determine the right questions to ask. Yeah? Because if I could find the right question, if I could determine the right question, I'll solve the problem in 5 minutes. Yeah? Spend 55 minutes asking the right question, and you solve the problem in 5 minutes. Yeah. So that is why is very, very important in your business. So you can use questions to create a clear vision in your business. Who has got like a vision board? Who has got a vision board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people. 7. Okay. Who wants to share? When did you get it? What was the first time you did that? A year ago? Okay. Who has done it for longer? I got it. Okay. Tell me. How has it worked for you?
I'm just trying to remember what was even on it. I don't know, it was a number of years, probably like 3-4 years ago that I did it. I would say so far, probably haven't got anything on there yet, but it was pretty ambitious.
But you're moving.
But yeah,
step
definitely closer to it.
Yeah?
Yeah, much closer to it now than I was back then.
Well, was Cindy part of the vision board?
She was actually.
So you got something.
Yeah, we got married now, so that's one of them done.
One done,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Okay. Marvin is a coach. Moving is about mindset. There's something called reticular activating system. Yeah? Do you want to share what it is? Do you know?
Yeah.
Reticular activating system is the system that filters what is not of interest to us. A quick story is, a while ago, about maybe 10 years ago, me and my wife, we went to Norwich, and they were selling a lot of Land Rovers. Yeah? So we went there. We thought it was a great idea. Let's buy 2 Land Rovers and then send it to Nigeria, and then we'll make a lot of money because we thought it was cheap. Anyway, so we bought the 2 Land Rovers, sent it to Nigeria, but that's not the story. We didn't make a penny. But the story, about a week after we bought the cars, my wife was, oh, look at Land Rover. So everywhere we go, look at Land Rover. We started seeing Land Rovers everywhere. But the truth is, the Land Rover have always been all around us. Yeah? But it is because we now have association to it. So that's the way having a vision, that's the way it works. The moment you identify, this is what I want, your mind will start working on it. Yeah? Will start taking steps, start directing you, helping you to notice who should you talk to, what should you do, how should you do it, the energy to do it. Your mind will start supplying those to you. Yeah? So that is a big why, to have a big why for your business. Yeah? This is a little bit technical, but I want to make it as simple as possible. So, on top is cost, right? And below is buyer value. Yeah? Buyer value. And in the middle, yeah, is value innovation. Yeah? Value innovation is how you operate in an environment and your competitors become irrelevant. Yeah? Your competitors become irrelevant. Who has heard about blue ocean strategy? Yeah. So blue ocean strategy is where you increase value for your customers. Yeah? You provide more value for your customers than anybody else is doing. Yeah? But if you increase your cost whilst doing that, you are in trouble because the additional value, you're also increasing your cost, so you provided no value at all for yourself. So it has to go both ways. You reduce your cost and you increase buyer's value, then you're actually going to be a very, very successful business. Yeah? Now you want to share with us, I'm not going to pick on it. Do you want to share with us your impression of Blue Ocean strategy?
No, yeah, it's about competing in a market. So, a very good example, when I do a lot of stuff in motivational speaking and training. And when I discovered that a lot of people are doing that, so I now move into a different industry. I moved into corporate training. I became a member of CIPD, people in HR. So in my network, I have all HR directors, the budget holder. So the small business of the Nigerian community where you earn £100, £200, I leave that. Then I also did something in Nigeria. I strategically positioned myself in Nigeria so that when the politicians are coming to do training on leadership, I'll be the first person. They'll just discuss among themselves. And those businesses, you can earn like 3,000, 4,000, 10 people will be in a room, they'll give you 5,000, you do it, you just write them a certificate, do like a 7 modules program for them, you're fine. And the corporate training, you have about maybe 12 people in a room, you go to organization because they are your friends, something like unconscious bias. Yes. It's very, very popular, so only very few people are doing it. You do unconscious bias training for 12 people, they pay you 3,600. Whereas if you go for one event where they have your flyer and posters, they give you some £100, £200, or they give you an honorarium. So it's about strategically positioning myself and giving value in this particular segment.
Thank you, Dayo. It's about, what can you take from that? Can you a round of applause for him? I've got a lot of powerful resource people here today, so I'm gonna use them once in a while if I think I should. Let's go a bit more quickly now. Action. You see the waterfall. I highlight where I am in that framework, okay, so that you can make sense of it. So the action. Now people take action. What Dayo just described, he took action, yeah, but it's a small action, but he got disproportionately higher return for it, yeah? Well, what does that mean? That means you put in small to get bigger return. Does that make sense? I'm seeing a blank face, yeah? Am I going too technical? Yeah, so that is what we call exponential result. Yeah, if you can't do that in your business, your input, how you can't do that, I'm going to share it later. But if you can't do that, it means that you're going to get bigger result. I have an example I'm going to share with you. Now, when I get a new client, because I do consulting and I do coaching, my first question is, what's your cost of acquiring a client? That's my first question. Who knows the cost of acquiring a client or a customer? Who has that figure? Who has worked that out? Has anyone worked that out? No one. Okay, so it's not an exception. Everybody I've asked, they have no clue how to take a stranger into a high-paying client, especially the consultant, the coaches, the accountants. They don't know. Some of them say, no, there's no cost to it. I just go to networking events and I meet people, I do cold calling. There's no cost associated to that, which is true sometimes. So, but there is a different way, there is a different approach. Yeah? So, if you get, let's say, if you spend £1,000, yeah? In this illustration, spend £1,000 and you get 100 leads, would you be able to convert all of them? No. Yeah. So the reasonable conversion is around 30%, and sometimes it could be lower than that, sometimes it could be higher. 30% is just about right. So now you spent 1,000, you get 100 leads, but only 30 of them are actually going to speak to you, yeah? But from those 30 that will speak to you, most of them will not be suitable, yeah? And in the end, you get 10 clients, yeah? And you charge them £2,000, right? So you have an income of how much? 20,000, yeah? Looks like I'm getting people to think too hard. I say, okay, I thought I'm done with mathematics. A plus G plus C, is equal to A, B, C, D raised to power 12. So,
well, at least they're easy now.
yeah, this is arithmetic actually. This is not math. So we get the idea that if you this client, yeah, has 10 clients generating £20,000, spending how much? £1,000. Yeah? Now, let me show you exponential increase. So, this result, this is, can you say $1.89 per lead? Yeah, that's actually my result. That's actually my output. Yeah? $1.89 per lead.
If it's a Facebook.
Yeah, that's Facebook. Yeah. So, if we extrapolate that and we spend £1,000, the same amount, yeah, and we get 500 leads. Yeah, instead of 100, we get 500 leads. So if we are working out based on 30%, we get 150 appointments. Yeah, because all of the 150 appointments will not work with us. Some of them will not be suitable. But, you know, the same ratio with the previous illustration, we got 50 clients. So our result is £100,000 compared to £20,000 before. Was that exponential or not?
Yes.
So can you change something small and then create something bigger? Yeah? So that illustration is actually a real life example. Yeah? It's a real life example. So, and how did that happen? Was you take, some people, they make assumptions about what people would like. Yeah? Especially when you do adverts. So I'm putting on my digital marketing hat now. So if you want to advertise, what you do is you write headlines, you write copy, you put image. Who has done Facebook ads here before? Okay, good. That guy is an expert. So you put image, you put headline, then, you know, you send out your advert. Yeah? Then you wait for your result. Yeah? So people engage with that advert, and then you get a result. Could be good, could be bad. Yeah? So, and if it doesn't work, people walk away and say, this Facebook. What we found is, if you actually test it, yeah, if you actually set some money aside to test different options, yeah, there is a winner. If you test 10 of them, there is 1 or 2 winners in that list. Yeah? So, what you do is you pick the winners and you get rid of the rest. So you now spend a lot of money on the winner. Yeah? You spend a lot of money on the winner. You spend a lot of money on which one is giving you the best result. So the money you spend is justified. Does that make sense? Yes. So that's how you take small action, you get bigger result. And that period of testing is what I call the minimum viable transaction. You take the smallest transaction and you test it, and you test it properly, and then when you got good result like the one I just showed you, $189 per lead for potential customers, then you scale it up. Then you can put 1,000 on it. Then you can put 2,000 in it. So I'm going to share that with you. Then you scale it up. Yeah? So, in my waterfall, I'm on T now. I'm on T. The secret of success lies not in doing your own work, but in recognizing the best person to do it. Just Andrew Carnegie. What was said of him? Okay. Sharon, you want to tell us?
Napoleon Hill's mentor. Napoleon Hill's mentor.
Yeah. So, who else said of him? Listen.
Napoleon?
No. It's Andrew Carnegie.
I'm not sorry, I'm
Okay.
It's a steel magnet, isn't it?
Yes, steel magnet. Thank you. He was taken from Scotland, well, with his parents, went with his parents to America at the age of 13. And it started in the mines. It was a very, very horrible story. Anything that has Andrew Carnegie's name on it, I've read it. You know, he said the job was so hard that when he got a job as a messenger, he celebrated. As a messenger. So if someone, you can imagine how bad the previous job was. But to cut a long story short, this guy worked his way up and became the richest man in America. And that's not even the cool thing about him. It is when he died, they found a note, which is also ties to the having a vision board or writing down your goals. They found a note in his drawer that he wrote at 19, where he said, I'll spend half of my life accumulating a lot of money. I'll spend half of my life giving it all away. And he did exactly that. And the lesson in that is more than him being a good man. It is a principle. When you have made a decision to say, this money I'm earning, I'm giving part of it to other people, you stop feeling guilty about making money. Yeah? You stop feeling guilty about making money, which is where, that's where our worthiness issue comes from. We say, oh, I'm charging this client £20,000. Am I worth it? Yeah? That will get rid of that mindset, because you're getting that money, you're giving some of them back to the community. And somebody like that who does that will go to Africa, distribute food, and all of that, which is brilliant. So let's move forward. Team. So sometimes I digress. That's an unnecessary digression. But was it useful? Yes. Building team. People think, oh, I'm just a one-man show. I don't need to care about building a team. No, you're wrong. Building team is not employing people. Building team is surround yourself with knowledgeable people. Yeah? Some of you that are here today, you are indirectly, without knowing it, you're building team. You're building your team, because you're going to meet people here that you run into a difficulty and you pick up your phone and call them and they give you a solution. Yeah? So building team is great for you to employ people, but before you get there, build team around you. Hire a coach. Yeah? I'm not saying you should hire me, but if you did, that would be great. Hire a coach, hire a consultant, get experts in marketing, get experts in motivation, get experts in mindset shift, build a team. Yeah? Make it part of your system. And then for you to lead, you need to concentrate on what you're good at. Yeah? That is how to get exponential results. Focus on what you're good at. If you're trying to do things that is not suitable for you, you can work hard and take it to average level. Yeah, that's what Peter Drucker said. So you can really work hard, but you only develop that skill to average level. Yeah, but if it's suited to your nature, if it's what you're meant to do, you will know for two reasons. You love to do it, yeah, and you're good at doing it. Yeah, you love to do it and you're good at doing it. If you can marry both, that's your passion. So anything else outside that, whatever you're doing that doesn't motivate or fascinate you, get rid of it, get somebody else to do it. Yeah? Focus on what you're good at. I have a psychometric test that I shared. Some of you here are my clients, you got the test. If you haven't got the test, you haven't done the test before, speak to me, I'm going to share it with you. The first time I did that test, it was so uncannily accurate. I thought somebody was standing behind my shoulder, watching every move I've ever made in my life and what I'm actually likely to do next. So very, very powerful. So build a team. So, economics. Now is my time to use the car analogy. Yeah? So, system. Let me jump to the car analogy. So, for you to drive, do you need, when I ask this question, please shout yes. Okay? Do you need steering wheel?
Yes.
You need gear?
Yes.
You need throttle?
Yes.
You need brake?
Yes.
That yes is getting brake, right? You may get away without signals, but you need control. Do you have control of your business? Yeah? So how do you get control in your business? First and foremost is governance. What does that mean? Some people will say. Then you have standard operating procedures. You have processes. You have ISOs. You know, Stephen Windmill was talking about investor in people. Yeah? The other time. That's a standard. Yeah? Some people sat down and they racked their brain and they produce a systematic way that you can manage your people to get results. And most people don't even look at them. Yeah? So, governance. In bigger FTSE company, they have a board of directors. Yeah? If you're starting out, you're not going to have a board of directors. And most likely you're coming from employment, yeah, where you add structures. They tell you when to get to work. They tell you when you can go and go for break. They tell you when to come back. They tell you when you can go on holiday. They tell you when to go to the toilet. You know, they tell you all sort of things. There is a structure. Yeah? Now, you stepped out. Most entrepreneurs, when you ask them, why are you in business? They will say, I want freedom. Yeah? Okay. Then they step out of employment into self-employment. Yeah? And the structure disappears. So, they are now responsible for themselves. They are now the board of directors. They are now the auditor. They are the messenger, the driver, the cleaner. They are everything. Yeah? So, what can you do? How can you address that? So you need to wake up in the morning and feel like, holy shit, it's raining. I'm not going out today. Nobody to stop you. Yeah? But you're going to get a feedback. Yeah? You're going to get a feedback out of that. So I'll talk about feedback a little bit later. So let's go to the car. Do you need fuel?
Yes.
You need oil? Yes. Lubricants? Yes. Spare tire? Yes. Maybe you can get away without spare tire, right? but because you have AA, right? But you need fuel. No fuel, you're going nowhere. Yeah?
You call AA too.
Okay. AA itself is a sort of spare parts for you. It's a backup, right?
Yes.
So resources in your business is equally important. And what are the resources? You have people, you have money, you have assets, you have reserves, you have profit. Now, bless you. When I say reserve, there is sneezes. Okay, so you need people, which is what we're talking about, building a team. Yeah? You need money. I am amazed. Yeah, I am amazed at some of the entrepreneurs, of course. They have a business, yeah? When they make a little bit of money, they are off to Barbados or Jamaica, you know, to go and celebrate, yeah? They haven't got reserves, no reserves. Where is it? No reserves whatsoever, yeah? What reserves will do for you is it gives you the confidence to plan long term, yeah? If you haven't got reserves, you're firefighting, yeah? Because all that you're thinking about, who was it, Abraham Maslow's, all that you'll be fighting is the need. Where's my next mortgage going to be paid from? Where is my next meal going to come from? Where do I get money to get transport? So you must have reserves, and that reserve is not just at random. You've got to be systematic about it. And what does it mean to be systematic is you get £100 in, as small as that is, put £5 away into your reserve. Yeah? Actually, there is a book called Profit First. If you haven't read it, go read it. Profit First said when you earn any money from your business, take your profit first. Yeah? And what that means is you earn £1,000. How much profit do you want to take? 10%? Then throw that £100 into that account. Keep it a separate account. Without internet, without card, without anything, you cannot access that money until the end of the year. Yeah? You know, entrepreneurs, the way we work is, you know, even as an accountant, I do it sometimes. We work based on our bank balance. Yeah? We look at our bank balance, we're okay. Yeah? So we keep going. Yeah? When it's running low, we all have panic numbers. Yeah? It's gonna be different for different people. We have panic numbers. When it gets to that level, then we start to make the calls, go to events, you know, we all do all kinds of things and we'll get that money back to a comfortable level. Yeah? The reason why Profit First works is the moment the money is not within your view, yeah, your like the reticular activating system, you wouldn't know that it's there. So when you look at your balance, even if you still use that money, when you look at your balance, you better panic in advance. Yeah? It's better to panic in advance than to panic in arrears. So you panic, you do all the things that you do to get the level up, and the moment the money comes in, you throw some parts into reserves again. It will build it up to a level where you have the balls to take big decisions long term. Yeah? You'll be able to say, okay, I'm putting £10,000 here, and even if it doesn't yield results in the next 2 years, I'm okay. Because in 2 years, it's going to yield me £200,000. Yeah? So that's the idea of the exponential result. Yeah? So let's go back to metrics. Metrics? Do we know what metrics is? Metric. Let's go to the car. Do you need fuel gauge? Yes. You need oil gauge? Yes. You need temperature gauge? Maybe you can get away with that, but you need that feedback. You need that metric to know where you are, so that you're not driving and then suddenly your fuel finishes and then you are in the middle of the motorway and then police started chasing you. You know, so I think we're very, very clever in managing simple stuff. When it comes to our business, we throw out all the lessons and then we just do it haphazardly. So metrics for you. Who has got monthly profit and loss accounts? Raise up your hand. Who has got cash flow reports monthly? Who has got management accounts? Who has got any KPI at all? Key performance indicator? That's like, 2 out of 30 people. So go get that sorted. Yeah? Because without feedback, you're going to be taking random actions. Yeah? Without feedback, you're going to be taking random actions. But if you have feedback that is systematic, it's not something, I do it this week, next week I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah? It's got to be systematic. Yeah? So let's go back to the call. So feedback. So your speedometer, is it necessary?
Yes.
Yeah? So what does it give you? Does it give you feedback?
Yes.
About how fast you're going?
Yes.
Or how slow you're going? Your warning lights, there are some warning lights. If you open your door and it's not closed properly, it will warn you that, there is a light somewhere there. Or your oil lights. So you get all this feedback. Even, the new cars, if you jump in, you don't put your belt on, it will scream murder. Yeah? So that's feedback. Yeah? Now, what's our feedback in business?
Customers. Income.
Customers. Yeah? Your customer, if you want to know how well your business is doing, yeah? Look at your bank balance. Yeah? Because your customers will vote, they will vote with their feet. If you're not delivering them value. Yeah? And we're going to look at the breakdown of that later. Not just with their feet, they will vote with their credit card. They will vote with what? With their credit card. So, let's look at environment. When you're driving your car from A to B, are you operating within an environment?
Yes.
And that yes is getting
Yes.
yeah, so you're operating within an environment. You have the road, you have the weather, bumpy roads, potholes, traffic lights, regulations, double yellow line, triple yellow line, if they can put it, they would. So you have to notice what's going on in your environment. So what's our environment in business? Can you get away with not paying tax? You'll be in trouble. You'll be in serious trouble. Then you need the accountants, to help you work it out. I heard in the news yesterday that Amazon, a $1 trillion company, didn't pay a dime of tax last year. Yeah? So if you need a good accountant, talk to me. They will help you to avoid tax, not evade tax. If you evade tax, that's a criminal offense. But they will put plans together for you to, not pay too much. I'm not saying don't pay or pay something. We need money to do all the things, the road and all that. So, all right. So, let's go back. So that's your system. We live in a world of opportunities and intense competition. Yeah? All the information, thousands of years of information is on your phone. It's on your phone. So the days where some selected few, they have access to some information that you don't, it's gone. Yeah? The problem with that is, as much as that is big opportunity, the problem with that is, it's a level playing field. Yeah? It's a level playing field. As you have that, if you're the only one with that information and everybody else hasn't got it, you'll be a billionaire very quickly, right? But now, everybody has got it, you've got it, so you need to distinct yourself. You need to make yourself special. You need to do something different. Is all of this making sense?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I need feedback. Yeah? Okay. I want to show. If I was using microphone, right? If I get closer to the speaker, what's going to happen? It's going to scream more than, yeah? It's going to give me feedback. So that's the feedback. We have the same in business. Yeah? You remember the example I did before where you're either spending £10, yeah? You're either spending £10 per day or you're spending £2 per day. You see the massive difference. Yeah. Let's use that example here. Let's say you put £10,000 input, yeah? Your input, £10,000, yeah? Goes through the process, goes through the advert and all of that, and eventually you got out, let's say 10 times, yeah? 10 times, £10,000, yeah? So that £10,000 is your feedback. And you put that 10,000 back, because that's 10x, right? 1,000, 10,000. You got 10x. You put that £10,000 here, then you come here, you get 100,000. Yeah? You put that 100,000 back in, input, you get 1 million. Yeah? So, but what most of us do, put 1,000 in, versus 10,000 pounds, woohoo! We're going on holiday. Or buy the latest iPhone. Or this guy's getting old. I need to change. Yeah? So, then you blow the 10,000 pounds and no feedback, no input, then what are you going to get? Zero. Yeah? So, how do we do this systematically? Yeah? How do we do this? Yes, we know it now, but we do go home now and sit down and say, from today henceforth, I get input, I get process, I get output, I'll feed it back. Would you do that?
No.
I love honest people. So, the way to do that is to have a system where you're going to follow that system, which is what all this waterfall thing is about, is to have a system. If you don't have a system, all the ISO standard, this investor in people, 9001, 18001, all of them are meant to be a guide. Not all of them are used. I'm not saying, go and implement them willy-nilly, but there is some value in it. Yeah? So if you have a system in your business, by the way, this is not something you can create in a hurry. This is something I can teach each element of this waterfall for 2 weeks. And it's not exhaustive, even at that. Yeah? So I just want to open your eyes to the possibility. If you can put this together in your business, trust me, your result becomes automatic. Yeah? Your result becomes automatic. So, rinse and repeat is where you get that input, you get the process, you get the output, then you go straight back from your feedback, back into the process, and it keeps going like that. Yeah? Rinse and repeat all the time. So, I call it funnel throughput. Who has heard about funnel? Oh, great. I mean, it's not funnel where you pour water in it. Yeah, good. This is an example of it. This is an example of funnel. Actually, here, it's a little bit too many steps, but it gives you an idea that initial contact, you get loads of people. Like the example we made, when you advertise, you get maybe 100 people, yeah? Then you distill them down, then you book appointment, then you speak to them, then you qualify them, yeah? Then you do presentation, then you do evaluation. At the end of the day, you do closing. Closing is you actually close, you get paid, and you deliver the value. So I've simplified it, yeah? I've simplified it into acquisition, conversion, value delivery, yeah? Acquisition, conversion, value delivery. Acquisition is actually getting the customers. Yeah? You create awareness, you bring people together, you create advert, you have acquisition. Then you convert. That's an important element. Because if you're getting a lot of leads and you're not converting them, you're actually throwing money away. Yeah? So you must have a systematic way of converting them. And then the value delivery is actually you doing the job. Yeah, or you getting the customer, you getting the product into the hands of the customer in a form that creates buyer's value. Yeah. So when you haven't got money in your bank, your sales, you're not making sales. Where most people look at is acquisition. I need to get more customers. I need to get more customers. Yeah. Sometimes that's not the solution. Yeah. So you've got to investigate, identify bottleneck. Yeah? Identify bottleneck, it means we understand what bottleneck is? Yeah. So you look at each of them. Is it acquisition? You investigate it. Is it conversion? You investigate it. Is it value delivery? You investigate it. So you may not be getting customers because what you're delivering to customers, they're not happy about it, and they're telling other people, so new customers will not come in. Yeah, but if you're focusing on acquiring more customers, that will not solve the problem, will it? Yeah. So there is a technique we call the 5 whys. Have you heard about it before? The 5 whys. 5 whys is very easy. It's you have a problem, yeah. You ask why. When I have meeting with my team, I use it a lot. Say why. Then they give you a reason. Then you say why. Then you give you another reason. You say why. You keep going until you get to the solution. Yeah, it's very, very good when you have a team. And when you working with your team will find the solution. Yeah, when you're working in a team and in a meeting, you find the solution. Just keep asking why. The next one is first principle. What I said, first principle? Okay. Want to share it with you?
In mathematics, yes.
No, not in mathematics. Yes, it's relevant in mathematics. I'm talking in business. The first principle is you disregard everything you know about that subject or about that problem. Yeah? So find the truth. Yeah? Find the truth. You break it down, which is what I've done for you here. Break it down into acquisition, conversion, value delivery. Yeah? Break it down and then put it back together in a structure that delivers value. Yeah? And an example, Elon Musk was talking about this, when he was going to start building electric cars, yeah? They were telling him, you cannot be competitive because batteries are so expensive. So he just disregarded them. Yeah? Said he then analyzed every part that will go into the battery and found out that actually in the next 1 year we can get it to be 50% cheaper. Can make batteries 50% cheaper, and in 3 years' time we can actually make it 80% cheaper. Yeah. He has one of the best electric cars around now. So that's the first principle, is to disregard what you know, disregard what other people are saying, find the truth yourself, but break it down. Have you had a closet full of clothes piled upon one another, right? If you want more space, yeah, the clever thing to do is bring all of them out and then start refolding them one by one. So that process of refolding is this inquiry sequence where you say, okay, break everything down and then put it back together. Yeah? So you fix by restructuring resources to create more value, less waste. Less waste. Now, people look at waste as if waste only happens in manufacturing. Yeah? They look at waste as waste happens in manufacturing. No. You see, sometimes I'll meet people on LinkedIn, and the next conversation with me, let's meet for coffee. I say, what? Meet for coffee for what? That will cost me 4 hours. Yeah. I don't even know you, right? So you got to protect resources available to you, and what will filter away the most as entrepreneurs is our time, and that's the most valuable thing that is irreplaceable. It's irreplaceable. Now you're here today, yeah, you're getting value, and you can pick up one insight and that may change your business for good. Yeah? Is that a good use of your time? Yes. You may choose to go to the stadium to watch Spice Girls. What value would that have to you? I was coming from a seminar maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was coming back and I saw a sea of people. Spice Girls, Spice Girls, Spice Girls. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's, maybe they've done their job, but, I prefer to learn. So removing removing bottleneck. It shouldn't be as hard as this guy is doing it. It's much more simpler than that. So you got to remove bottleneck. So when you've removed bottleneck, what's going to happen? You get flow. You get flow, like waterfall, right? You get flow. Yeah? You get flow. And not just getting flow, you now take that flow and you automate it. Yeah? You automate that flow, then that flow will start happening all by itself. That's where you are able to take 3 months holiday and money is coming into your business and you don't have to pick up anybody's phone. Yeah? So for people starting out, I want to give you a gift on client acquisition. Because people think that's where the problem is, but really, that's not entirely true. But there is some truth to it. I want to share something with you on LinkedIn that you can use. I call it LinkedIn appointment generator. My staff, they call it LinkedIn dating. Yeah. You see when LinkedIn will tell you somebody viewed your profile? Yeah. They're doing it to everyone. Yeah? So if you have somebody you're interested in, you want to work with, yeah? Your starting point is not send them requests. They don't know you from her. They will not accept. Yeah? Sometimes they do, but what you can do in the first instance is you view the profile first. Yeah? And then LinkedIn will tell them, oh, that guy viewed your profile. You know, we're kind of emotional about that and we go view them back. Okay, who is that person that just viewed my profile? And then when they viewed your profile, LinkedIn will also tell you, yeah? So, you know, okay, wow. Okay, you then send them a request. Send request connection. The likelihood that they will accept is much higher, yeah, because they've seen you like twice or 3 times, yeah? Then there is what we call direct outreach. Who has heard that before? This guy is a pro. So, direct outreach is you have communication that you send to people on first contact. Yeah? That communication is not come and buy from me. Yeah? Whatever the business you're in, you must have your first contact. I call it a bait. Yeah? A bait in the sense that not in a negative way, a bait in the sense that provides some value to the other person. Yeah? So, that way you're going to build a bit of engagement. And that direct outreach email is not one. Most don't think that people are sitting on their LinkedIn all day long waiting for your message. Yeah? Your message will come in there, other messages will come in there, it will go down in priority list, you know, and for 1 week they may not come there. You know, when they come in, they might just say, oh, just delete everything. Yeah? You have another one. You'll be systematic about it. Don't be sending it every day. Give it 3 days, give it 4 days, send another one. Refer to your first message. And, you know, you can package it depending on the business you do. When you've done this, you see you're serving impression. Yeah? You're serving impression. What does that mean? You're being in contact. The reason why we behave like our parents is because they've served us a lot of impressions. Yeah? That's why you see some people, they shout like their mom or they eat like their mom because you serve them so many impressions. So when you're dealing with people who is a stranger, you serve them impressions so many times and then they will engage with you. It doesn't matter how highly placed they are. They are human beings, after all. Yeah? So, and they're not coming from a place. One thing you should also be careful about is being needy. Being needy will scream to people to run. Yeah. It will scream to people to run. Actually, there is a concept in investment, in fundraising, that actually, when you get in front of an investor, if you appear too desperate, too needy, number one, they will take too much equity from you, or they may not even invest at all. Yeah? But if you go in there with confidence, and you are the value, and they need you. Yeah, they have got money. But you've got great ideas that you want them to invest in. Actually, you ask them to qualify themselves. Say, Mr. Marvin, I have this great idea. I know you're a rich man, but, you know, money cannot buy this idea. This is the only idea that can solve this problem. And if we solve this problem elegantly, we're going to make millions.
I mean,
Yeah, you're thinking different, right? So take that, use it, and test it out. That's what I do. I just test a lot of things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm testing something else. So I'm not sitting down to look at, okay, what's going to work perfectly? If you're doing that, you're not an entrepreneur. Yeah? Because by the time you sit down thinking of, will this work? Someone else has done it, has done 3 other or 4 other things, and they found what's working, and they're already using it. Yeah? Okay, I need to move fast now. Focus. Now, as entrepreneurs, we have 2 important resources: time and energy. Yeah? Can you double your energy? Can you double your energy? That's about as far as you can go. Yeah? And that involves what? How can you double your energy? Focus. Work on it. So how do you work on it? Eat the right food. Your food is part of your energy, you know. Breathing. How else? Meditation. How else?
Sleep.
Exercise. Some people think when they exercise, they lose energy. No, you gain energy, actually. When you exercise, you gain energy, and you gain something even more. You gain this remind me this hormone that's produced after endorphins, yeah. You produce that hormone, and when you feel good, you make good decisions. Yesterday, I was feeling very tired. I usually eat salad at the end of the day. I was feeling very tired. I was low energy. I just grabbed carbohydrates and I ate like crazy. The salad was there. I wasn't prepared. when you are happy, when you feel good, you make good decisions. Yeah. So focus. Focus. Why is focus important? Because you can 10 times your focus. So if you have energy, you have focus. If you can only double your energy and you can 10 times your focus, what should you focus on? What should you focus on? You focus on focus. Yeah? Let me play this for you. I hope it plays. Tell you something.
You said you watched Bill Gates on Charlie Rose last week, and I did too. Bill said something that I thought was really interesting. He said, the thing you do obsessively between age 13 and 18, that's the thing you have the most chance of being world-class at.
Yeah.
Bill said his one thing was coding. What was your one obsessive?
That was pretty interesting investment. No, Bill and I, his father, many years ago, right after we met, had a group of about 20 write down on a sheet of paper one word that they thought accounted for their success. And Bill and I, who Ayo and met twice, didn't know what the other one was writing down. We both wrote down the same word, which was focus. And he was focused on software, I was focused on investments. And it gave me a big advantage to start very young, there's no question about it.
Yeah. So,
He said you watched Bill Gates on Charlie Rose last week.
Okay, that's
and I did too.
okay,
Bill said something I thought was
Mr.
really interesting. He said, the thing you do obsessively.
okay. What did the guy talk about? 2 of the richest men in the world. Well, Jeff Bezos just knocked Bill Gates off the peg. 2 of the richest men in the world said focus is the most important thing in their career. Focus. You see, 1 hour of focus is bigger than 5 hours of distracted effort. 1 hour of focus is bigger than 5 hours of distracted effort. And I'm not even making that up. I made it up. But it's very, very important. I mentioned Andrew Carnegie before. He said, concentration is my motto. Yeah? Concentration is my motto. So, 3 of the most influential people in history, they're saying the same thing. Should we listen?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You see, this guy, when we do simple things, yeah, we actually focus. We apply common sense, yeah? But when we do our business, we make it complicated. Yeah? Let's assume this guy is, if he's going to cut down 10 trees, yeah? Do you think he's going to cut a little bit here, then run to another tree, cut a little bit, run to another tree, cut a little bit? Yeah, will he do that?
No.
He's going to focus on a particular area and cut and cut and cut until so, and then he goes to the next one. Yeah? And then to the next one. Why aren't we doing that in our business? Yeah? So, to get results, we need focus and concentrated effort. And something that will give you focus, and another word about focus is, I don't have procrastination as part of my slide, but do you know why people procrastinate?
Fear.
Fear is one of them.
Perfectionist.
Yeah, perfectionism, yeah. All right. Habits, yeah. Belief, yeah.
Don't be disappointed.
Sorry?
I don't want to be disappointed.
I don't want to be disappointed. That's also part of fairness.
Laziness.
Laziness.
People pleasing.
Yeah, people pleasing.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Stress.
Yeah. Let me tell you a secret today. Yeah. If you believe that something is true about your goal, yeah, you will have no distraction. So let's say I want to organize this seminar, yeah? I want to organize this seminar, and I'm not so sure. Will it work? Will it not? Yeah? What I do before I try my hand on any task, especially if it is important, is I'll sit down and write 20 reasons why it is true that this will work. 20 reasons why it is true that this will work. Yeah? The moment you get that, the moment you do it conscientiously, you get so much energy and belief. Yeah? Because your writing hand is 40% linked to your brain. Yeah? So you get so much energy from doing that writing. So when you start working on it, you wouldn't have any issue with focus. You're going to have to focus because you have your eyes on the goal. And you know it is true. Yeah? It doesn't always mean that you will then get the goal. That's not the idea. The idea is for you to shift your mind from doubt to certainty. Yeah? From doubt to certainty. Because if you have doubt about something, you're going to postpone it. You're going to be haphazard in doing it. You're going to be distracted in doing it because you're not sure. Yeah? But when you shift into focus and you believe that it is true that this will work, you're going to do whatever it takes. And you wouldn't have procrastination problem. And, I don't have there is a lot to talk about procrastination. That will even take the whole of our time, so I'm not even going to go there today. And I'm going to run through this very, very rapidly. It's attitude. Attitude. And attitude is about our mindset. Yeah? And that is the reason why I've written this book, Gold Mine of Your Mind. It's your fast track to abundance. Because if you get your mind right, everything else will be right. Yeah? Everything else will be right. And you have the motivation, to go do extraordinary things. Yeah? So one way of doing that, which we've mentioned, is do exercise. Have a structure. Yeah? Have a structure to exercising. Don't do it haphazardly. Get into a rhythm. Get into a rhythm of doing exercise. Yeah? The moment you get it into a rhythm, do you think Steve Frew, waking up 4:30 a.m., is waking up thinking, should I get up today or not? No. He jumps out of bed and is running over the mountains and running, doing everything. Athletes do. I have no clue what they do. He's running up the mountains, doing this and doing that because it's automated. It's built a rhythm. Yeah? I was listening to Mayweather a while ago. Who knows Mayweather? Yes. Boxer, it's never been beaten. Yeah? He said he's been waking up 4:30 a.m. since the age of 5. And even when he retired and came back like 2 years after, he said he was still waking up 4:30 a.m. even after retirement. It's a rhythm. It's got into the rhythm. So whatever you want to do, if you get it into a rhythm, you will not struggle. Willpower is limited.
Yes.
Your willpower is limited. Maybe you get 10 units in the morning. By afternoon, after lunch, it's down to 2. Yeah? And then that's where you jump on Facebook and then you start, you say, oh, let me check my email, then you go into a rabbit hole and other people's business and all that. So your willpower is limited, but when you are in rhythm, you don't need to think about it. I think we think too much.
Yes.
Yeah? Why don't we work like people delivering, all those people driving trailers? Yeah? They have a schedule. Yeah? And they wake up 5 a.m., they wouldn't wake up and say, I don't feel like waking up this morning. No, because, you need to deliver to, 5 places before 10. Yeah? So they jump out of bed, they have a schedule, they just follow that schedule. Do that in your business. Just have a schedule. And follow it like a machine. So also learn to calm down your mind. Somebody talked about, who said meditation. Some people, some very religious people, when you mention meditation, then they will run like Usain Bolt. I have no idea why just breathing is a problem for some people. Some people just read their Bible wrong. So anyway, that's not even a topic I want to get into. If you get in meditation, what it will do for you is to calm your mind down. Yeah? And when your mind is calm, you can think clearly, you can think strategically, you can think long term. Yeah? But some of us, what we do, we wake up, we pick up our phone, then then we stimulate our mind. Then you're distracted for the whole of the day. So, what you do in the morning is not pick up your phone and check how many likes you've got on Facebook. And the moment you do that, you can't stop. Because then one distraction leads to another, then to another, then to another.
It's funny you said that actually, because there's a retreat called Be Passionate, And what they do is that they allow you to, you go to a meditation retreat for 10 days, and the first thing they do is take the phone away from you. Now imagine if you go to that retreat, it's like me and my friend over here, yeah? We've gone to a retreat. From the moment we step in, we're not allowed to talk to each other. We don't look at each other or anything, and what we do is we meditate throughout the whole entire day. It's the same routine, and everything like that, but what you do is you get a chance to spend time with yourself.
Yeah.
And you get in tune with yourself. It's not about visualization, it's more about just understanding the voices in your head, understanding, things that are going on with yourself, so you can, like I said, calm yourself down, get to know yourself and everything. So there's that level of stillness. Sorry, I didn't.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for that contribution.
No problem.
Mindset is everything, and these are the ways you do that. Some people are talking about epigenetics. They say, when you exercise, when you do meditation, it actually switches off some negative genes and will keep them silent so that you may not get any health issues until very old age. How far that is true, I don't know. But I know that, some scientists are saying that is true. So, remind is everything. What you don't, I pride myself in helping my clients get results. It's not because I have some strategies that is, it's not available to other people. It's because I don't look at the business in isolation. I look at the person behind the business and the business. Yeah? Which is why it is very, very important. What we do in our business, the strategies, marketing and innovation, and we do mindset transformation for business leaders. This guy, he was a surgeon, and he discovered that, people's self-image is not dependent on how they look. Because when he's performed surgery on people, plastic surgery, and they look stunning, they still feeling lack of confidence, they still not sure about themselves, they still not feeling worthy. So he came up with this self-image that some people don't even need surgery, they just need a change of self-image. The moment you change your self-image, everything else will shift for you. Yeah? So the conclusion I came to is that you cannot rise beyond the limit of your self-image. You can only do up to what you think you can. Yeah? Henry Ford said, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, that's all right. Yeah? So I have this program that I do one-on-one with clients. It's not something I share in a seminar. I do one-on-one with clients to get them transformation instantaneously. And it's got to do with self-image. I granted this interview a while ago, and they crafted fixing business problems without fixing persons behind them is fruitless. True and true. Yeah? Is that true?
Yes. Yeah.
Let me play this for you. It's one of my clients. And,
the first time we met, what was the experience like for you?
I think it was a strange time the first time we met.
Yeah.
Because I was, as you rightly know, we were in Stratford. I was busy doing my own work. And your friend there wanted to use the charger.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got talking, and I think what the title of your book, Gold
Mind of Your Mind.
The Gold Mind of Your Mind, intrigued me because at the time I was doing work around the whole law of attraction and clearing up my mind out, limiting beliefs. So I think the book came at the time when I was looking at that area. It was something that I was being drawn towards. So I think, when we met, the title of your book, I was drawn to the book.
Good. Okay. So we eventually, I eventually coached you. But it took a bit of time before you got around to actually signing up for coaching. So what happened between that time we met and the time you decided to coach with me?
I suppose, it takes me time to get going.
Yeah.
But once I put my mind to something, then I do it. And I think it was like,
because I already was working with the coach, it was like, did I need to get myself another coach? But then I think it was like, when we had the first session and the coaching was about me, my mindset, and clearing those limiting beliefs, giving me exercises to do, then I started to see the difference. Then I thought, okay, at this time I need to go to this.
So from our first session to our last session, can you describe the shift you actually got, and what was the experience like?
So I think for me, I've had a complete 360. It's like people around me are saying I'm a completely different person. I believe in myself. I'll stand up for myself now. If someone does something I don't like, I'll actually challenge them now more than I would. I believe in my skill set. I believe in my worth. I believe I have a lot of value to offer to others. So all of that, I didn't believe in myself before. And I think, yes, I think for me, it's been clearing away a lot of things that have held me back. And I think also, like, all the different exercises, so the one about clearing the childhood, going back to the inner child, that was really powerful. And then the exercise of being the real me, who's me in the future. Because I made a note of all every day I went on my travels, I made notes as to who I'm going to become. And I'm holding fast that, you know what, there's a lot to me to give, and I just need to keep moving forward.
That's absolutely, that's very powerful. So you actually experienced a big shift from the time you started the coaching and then the time the coaching actually ended.
Oh, definitely. Even now, it's like sharing with other people. When people are sitting down and asking me why I should eat so much, then I share with them that I changed my mindset. And it's like the importance of doing that. I'm still doing, like, not every day that I used to do, but every now and again I'll pick up a pen and do the exercises. You know, I've got the power within me to change who I need to be. You know, all of those type of things. I still sit down, I still read them. Because I know that I need to put positive energy in my body. It's not just like, because of what he's done, one of my other friends, like adult my age, he's working abroad. You know, so it's like not just like my immediate family, it's other people around who've taken steps in their life because of the changes that have happened in me or my children. So yeah, it's very much a domino effect.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you know, the first time we met, what was the experience like for you?
What can you make out of that? Change of mindset will not only affect you, there is a vibration coming out of you affecting everybody around you. Yeah? There is a vibration coming out of you, attracting the right circumstances. Who's heard about law of attraction? Yeah. You know, there is more to life than we can actually see physically. Yeah? And this is the reason why I always say to people, I'm a workaholic, but I know that it's because I love people, because I want to work with people. But I can choose not to work, but I'll still get what I want. Yeah? So the work part is the fun part for me. So if you're in business, something is not going, if you're trying your best and something is not going right, please examine your mindset. Yeah? Okay. Let's talk about leadership. I'm going to be fast now because I have a few other resource people that are going to talk. If you want to lead, at least invest 40% of your time leading yourself. What does that mean? What does it mean?
Learning, growing.
Yeah, it means you need to lead yourself. You need to have integrity. People think integrity is about the other person. No, integrity is about you. Yeah? And you start to chip away of your integrity by saying, I want to wake up 6 a.m. and you're waking up 8 a.m. You're learning to not trust yourself. Yeah? I want to do, that's why I tell my business leaders that I coach, I say, making a list of 10 things you're going to do today is stupid. Nobody knows how to do 10 different things very, very well. Don't do more than 3 important stops a day. You know why? When you make a list of 5 things to do and you accomplish only 4, at the end of the day you're going to feel guilty. And that's the worst emotion ever. So that's why people keep working hard, they don't get results. Because at the end of the day, they don't feel they've done enough. If you haven't done enough, then you're not nice to yourself. You don't do the right thing. And then that will continue tomorrow. Then tomorrow you plan another 10 things to do, you do 8 of them, and you feel guilty, and then the snowball effect. Yeah? Don't do more than 3 things in a day. Yeah? So after you've accomplished those 3 things, then if you do more, that's extra. Then at the end of the day, you feel energy because you have completeness. Yeah? You have completeness. This guy, Sam Walton said, they said, what was his talent? He took 20,000 loan from his father-in-law and built Walmart into the biggest company in the world. Just from one stop. Yeah? From one stop. I built it into the biggest company in the world. He said, what's your secret? He said, I'm not talented. I'm not smarter than an average person. He said, what I've got is passion to complete. Passion to complete. Passion to complete means you start something, you finish it. Yeah? And that starts with your day. You say, I'm going to do 3 things today, finish it. Yeah? Don't set up yourself for failure. People set themselves up for failure day in, day out, day in, day out. And then they wonder, at the end of the year, where's my result? Yeah? Because you're putting yourself in a mindset where you're feeling guilty and you're not nice to yourself, and it's all about attitude. So the final L is learning. You know, Steve talked about it. Stephen Windmill talked about it. Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to cut down a tree. I will spend 4 hours sharpening my axe. Yeah? What does that mean? What does it mean? Let's be interactive. What does it mean?
These tools. If you've got effective tools, you can do a far more effective job.
You need tools. And part of sharpening your axe is you're here today, you're sharpening your axe. Because you can take one thing away from today and it transform your business like that. You may not even do anything else. Yeah? So, learn. That's also the last chapter in my book is all about learning. Lifelong learning. Cultivate that habit and enjoy it. Learn how to turn difficult things into a base instinct. What does that mean? Let's say you are in business and you've got to make phone calls and you don't like making phone calls. Yeah? And you can't afford to employ other people to do it for you. You can turn it into a base instinct. How do you do that? Make it a routine. Walk through the brick wall. The moment you do 2, you get more energy. Then you do 2 more. Then you get more energy. So by the time you I have an analogy in my head that is not pleasant, but I'll share it anyways. When we were in primary school, you know, in Africa, we don't have the usual toilet. Yeah? We have what we call latrine.
Like the Chinese.
Very, very smelly place. So when you get in there, you almost vomit. Yeah? But by the time you spend 2 minutes there, you get used to it. You won't smell it again, yeah? And that's the way difficult things are. Yeah? It's difficult at the beginning. If you do it You're fearful, you do it. You're fearful, you do it again. Then it becomes base instinct. Yeah? Base instinct is the program, there's a program running it behind in your mind. In your subconscious. The program is running it because now you're used to it. You know, in Think and Grow Rich, he made an example that criminals, when they get into guns and they kill somebody for the first time, they are horrid. They feel terrible. But then they do it again, they do it, then it gets to a level, they now embrace it. And they do it mindlessly. Yeah? So, we can apply that knowledge. Don't you think, Maya Angelou said, when you see somebody who committed a terrible crime, don't say, I will never do that. Don't say that. Say, I choose not to do that. So, he said, in the same vein, when you see somebody that has done spectacular thing, don't say, you can't do that. Yeah? Say, if you want to, if you choose to, you can do it too. Yeah? So learning, because I need to move fast now. Richard Bandler said, brains aren't designed to get results. They go in directions. If you know how the brain works, you can set your own directions. If you don't, then somebody else will. Yeah? So, the core of my book is about you learning how your brain works and how your mind works so that you can set your own direction. I'm actually giving the book free. From the feedback I've got from a lot of readers, I'm going to get this book into the hands of 100 million people. You might think that's crazy, but if your dream doesn't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. Yeah? So that's my goal. So how can you be part of that? Just share. Go to my website, go to get my book free and share it to people that you know. And we'll get them the book. So, I'm not going to tell this story because I don't have time. I'm going to talk about this. Who knows how long it takes to learn how to play tennis reasonably? How long will it take? Just throw a number at me.
Forever.
Huh?
Forever.
No, I want a definite.
2 weeks of consistent.
Huh?
2 weeks of consistent effort.
21 days?
1 day.
1 day to play tennis?
6 months. 6 months. An hour. 6 months. Depends on what level.
To play reasonably well, it will take about 3 to 6 months. But this guy will take people from the street and teach them to play well in 15 minutes. So if you have Timothy Galway, he wrote a book called The Inner Game of Tennis. So he later wrote Inner Game of Walk. Go get that book. Yeah? Go get that book. You must not get that book. You must get mine first. Anytime I recommend a book, if you haven't got my book, you must get my book first before you get that book. Powerful. It's got some powerful ideas, and the foundation of that idea is, he said, it's not the one performing the miracle. He just stumbled on a system that works based on how the mind works. So I've got hold of that book. I read it. We call it Pali to Pali in our language.
What do you call them?
The Inner Game of Tennis, and then the Inner Game of Work. The Inner Game of Work, when the corporate America got hold of what he was doing with tennis, they now, brought him in to teach them, to organize seminars, and then he came up with the game of the Inner Game of Work. How long do you think it will take to learn a new language and you speak it fluently? How long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Huh? A month?
2 years.
To speak it fluently. Yeah, it's maybe minimum 3 months. Yeah. This guy will take he set up a school, a language school in Hollywood, and he will take the Hollywood stars, take them in, you know, when they're rehearsing for their movies, you take them in, that person is required to speak a different language in the film. You take them in on Friday, and they will come out on Monday speaking French fluently. Seriously. So, that's how magical the mind is, if you know how to tap into it. Yeah? And the universities chased him. He actually came to UK. He died a few years ago. He came to UK and went into a school. BBC was filming him. He went to a school. All the French students that had been learning French for 5 years and they couldn't say a word, took them in. Over a weekend, they were speaking French fluently to their teacher, and the teacher lost it. He said, what? He said, we need to know what this guy, what he knows. But you know, he never shared his system, but because the authorities didn't believe him, they said it's because of his charisma. I said, no, there is a system behind it. Yeah? And what I learned from him is learning requires a good environment. So he would tell the students, the BBC recording, said they shouldn't bring any paper, no pen, nothing. They took out all the chairs, they brought comfortable sofas for the kids to sit down, they bring an air conditioner, the environment was perfect. So what I took away from that is, get your environment right. Yeah? Your performance will live in bounds if you get your environment right. So that's fundamental. Okay. So the abilities of these two coaches is, you know, they change the world views of their clients. Yeah? A kid that, you know, was learning French for like 5 years and couldn't get any headway. You need to change their worldview, their mindset, for them to be able to do it effectively, for them to be able to learn it effectively. And there is something called mindset ceiling. I wouldn't have the time to go through that. So those clients, they actually became somebody different. In pursuit of your goal, it's not the 2 million at the end of the goal that is going to change your life. It's not the 5 million that you're hoping to make. It's who would you become as a result of achieving that goal. Because you say, sometimes we think the environment remains the same. No, it doesn't. Is it not obvious? The environment changes all the time. So even if you lose all the money, you have the skills to build it back up again, because you've done it before, so it's here. Yeah? So it's what you become as a result of taking that step. That's what matters. It's not the money. You can fail. When you fail, dust yourself down, pick up and go again. As the church is said, most men stumble on the truth once in a while, but they just dust themselves down and they move again. You know, they keep going their usual way. Yeah? So they wouldn't learn from that fall. And that stumble is a lesson that will have taken them to a higher level. I'm not even going to talk about this. You know I do digital marketing, so I've done 65 million reach, yeah, on Facebook, and this is just one account. So if you have a business and you want to sort out your acquisition, yeah, talk to me. What's the number 2 search engine in the world now?
Google.
No. It's YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube is making.
I want to play you this video. You enjoy it. It's a few seconds. That's not the story. Okay. I was playing around 3 days ago. I was playing around with that video. We made that video for him because he came on my TV show so that it would reach more audience and also impact other people. So we made that video for him. I was playing around 4 days ago actually, because I copied this yesterday. And I played with that video and I took it to #1 on YouTube. And that's it. And when I searched for him on Google, when I searched for his keyword, after the adverts, the adverts, they will come on top. He was second. Let me see. Okay, this is coaching direct. This is advert, all the ones up. But on organic search, it was second on organic search. And I did absolutely nothing other than program it in a particular way. Got to #2 on Google. How much will you pay to have your website on #2 on Google and #1 on YouTube? So these things, they are complicated, but they aren't. So if you're not looking for solution, you will not find it. Yeah? So what we do, our business, we help entrepreneurs build a prosperous business. With what I've shared with you today, does it look like we're capable of doing that?
Yes. Yes.
I want that yes to be loud. Yeah. Come on. Come on. The thing is time. Time is the enemy. If you give me, I'm doing what I love doing. I can stand here for 10 hours, yeah? And I'll be loving it, but I don't want to bore you. So, time is irreplaceable. Use your time well and get help. Get help to do what you want to do. Okay. You are excited about what we shared today, right?
Yes.
How many of you are feeling overwhelmed, to be honest? Is it too much? Yeah?
A little bit.
It's like drinking a bucket of water in 2 minutes. That's impossible, yeah? It's impossible. But you can drink it in 2 days. In 2 days. Would you rather drink like this guy or drink like this guy? Yeah? So, yeah, that guy is cool, even drinking water, right? So we can't cover everything. Morning, I met Sharon at Morning's event. I actually interviewed him for my leadership book. That guy is phenomenal. He's done over $200 million online. And he shared something with me which resonates with me. He said, look, I was selling door-to-door vacuum cleaner. I was selling door-to-door vacuum cleaner. I have no degree, I have no education of any sort, I have no talent. So the only thing that have given me 200 million is learning on the internet. Yeah? Do that. Yeah? If you cannot do that, get help. Don't be left behind. This is not a time to say, oh, it's a fad. It's not, for sure. Apply it and use it in your business. If you don't have the time to learn, get help. Yeah? What I do, Henry Ford said, a business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. So everything I do is revolves around helping others. I make money from it, but the money is the side effect. Yeah? The money is not the purpose. So please apply that to your business as well. Make money the side effect of what you love to do and learn to do and do very well. So, I'm gonna share. I've got a support form. I'm gonna share to you. I've shared to everyone. If anything in there interests you, fill it. Actually, everybody should fill it. And now I'm gonna turn into a soldier. Everybody should fill it and give me back. If there is nothing you want from us, just tick nothing, but put your name and your number there. So, any question? Yeah, right?
Yeah, what is alright, we spoke about money and purpose, yeah? For lack of a better word. How do you get the balance in it? Because, I was up there and I said, business is all about making profit.
how do you balance it out so that you are basically not about the money, but also about the integrity of delivering the product? How would you say of your service? How would you say go about doing that so that there's no confusion, a balanced way of doing it?
If I understand your question, what's the difference between focusing on the purpose and focusing on the money?
Yeah,
I think they're both complementary. When you focus on your purpose, you get money. Yeah, but don't focus on money and abandon the purpose. So purpose first, then money will come. And I've got a gentleman here, who's going to talk about money as well. But I think we probably need a break, right?
Yeah.
So any other question? No question? Okay. Right, okay.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to write a book?
How long did it take?
Yeah.
About 9 months of waking up 4:30 a.m. every day before doing anything else, and I was running 2 businesses as well at the same time.
Did you write it down or did you dictate?
No, I typed it. Yeah, I typed it. If I knew what I know now, I would have dictated it.
How much hours do you sleep? Where do you sleep?
Yeah, I sleep. I try to sleep early, but I don't most times. That's what passion is all about. When you can't even go to bed, you're doing that thing, and the moment your alarm goes off, you jump out of bed. You're so motivated, and it shows. The feedback I've got from the book, it was worth all the trouble after all. Yeah. Okay. I'm just. Please, we're going to have a break. I think 30 minutes should be enough. When we come back, I've got a particularly knowledgeable entrepreneur in the house. Can you wave, Lijo? It's Lijo Thomas. He came on my TV show. He's built a multi-million pounds company from one system. So I'm all about one thing today, one thing, right? One thing. So when we come back, he's going to share with you how he did that and how you too can do that. Yeah? Good plan?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So let's go for the break.